We all right? Nice long weekend. Did I do anything fun? Anybody want to share? Super interesting. Did you go somewhere? Do anything fun? It's nice weather. Did you get outside, do some things maybe, hopefully? Nobody wants to share. All right. Well, welcome back. We are going to actually start today by going back through your quiz that you took for me last week, and then we'll get back to our vocab, our new vocab that we've been working on. So what I would love for you to do is take 2 or 3 minutes to review the quiz that you took for me last Wednesday. So go to my current lesson. And if you would like to click on the first thing there, I'll share it with you, but you're probably already there. This Para Empezar Bay, this was your quiz from last week. So obviously, I want you to make sure that you understand anything that you got wrong. I believe that if you click on it, it will tell you if you got something wrong, and it should also show you the correct answer. So I would like you to take 2 or 3 minutes to review what you did. And if you're looking at it and you're like, oh yeah, I totally get that, dumb mistake, it happens, no big deal. But if you are looking at it going, no, I actually do not understand that, then I would like you to put the number in the chat, and I will be happy to go over any that you'd like me to go over. I will tell you, if you are super unhappy with your score and you would like to try to improve it, I will tell you about an opportunity to do that tomorrow. So for now, go through and start putting numbers in the chat. You can share them with everybody or just with me, up to you. And I will go through them in about 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, so looking at my watch now, start looking, see what questions you have for me. Okay, if you're just joining us, you are going to your current lesson. You're clicking on number 1, which was the quiz we took last week, and you are looking it over. And if there are questions that do not make sense to you and you would like me to review them with the class, you are going to put the number that you need me to talk about in the chat. Did not do as well as you had hoped. See if this will help you or not. It's up to you. I will give you the opportunity to retake it tomorrow after school. Okay, it's just one opportunity because I can't be working with 8 million different schedules. And if you would like me to average your second attempt with your first attempt, I would be happy to do that. Okay, I will average it whether it's better or worse. So make sure if you are going to take your time and my time to retake this quiz, that you make it better than it was the first time. Otherwise, it could actually bring your score down, which is unlikely to happen, but I suppose possible. So if you feel like, you know, you really just messed up one thing and now you understand it and you'd like another opportunity, then just join my student sport hours after school tomorrow on Zoom, and I will reopen it for you. Okay? All right. Well, then let's transition to our new stuff. If you will recall from last week, we had started El Día Escolar was what our topic of conversation was. Somebody like to get a quick hand and remind me what we were talking about? I know it's been a few days. El Día Escolar. We have a few opportunities to get some points today, so get your hand up if you're with me. If your camera's off and you can get it on, get it on. It's easier for me to see you and call on you. If not, you can use your little blue hand, and I will try my best to call on you. So what did we start last week? What's El Día Escolar? Keegan.
It's the school day.
Yeah, we were talking about school days, and we were talking about los materiales. What are los materiales? Somebody else raise your hand. Maggie.
Materials.
Yeah, and specifically, it sounds like materials. It is materials. How are we using those? In what context were we using them?
Like school supplies.
Supplies. Remember we had, I'm not going to do these today. I'll probably do them tomorrow. Las tijeras and I don't know, those kinds of things. And then we finished off Friday talking about las reglas. Anybody remind me what las reglas are? You had a little exit ticket to do for me on Friday. Gabby, what were las reglas?
Rules.
Yeah, we're talking about rules, things you should do and shouldn't do. If you did not do that exit ticket for me on Friday, you should go back and do that. But yeah, we're going to continue with that today. I've got a little follow-up activity that I'm going to give you some time to work on here in a few minutes. So we're talking about left, right, last. Good. So we'll use all that today as we continue. So if you have your vocab list, it would be super helpful for you to have out right now, whether it's a piece of paper or a digital version. That should have been an easy 10 points. If you have not turned that in, you should do so. If you look at your score and you did not get a 10 out of 10, see why. A few of you, I think, did turn in, I don't know, however you like uploaded it, it didn't work. So like maybe I didn't get it, right? Or maybe I said it's blank. That means it didn't come through properly. So if that was the case, then I just said resubmit it and feel free to resubmit it. Some of them, I don't know. I don't know what happened with the technology. Like you were missing 5 or you were missing half of them or you were missing all of them. But I assume you wouldn't turn it in if you were missing all of them. So it seems like there was a little upload glitch somewhere. So check it out if you didn't get your 10 out of 10 on there, because that should have been easy points. If you haven't turned it in, please still do so. And let's see, somebody asked me, oh, Gabby, if you still need to turn yours in, make sure you do that. I would definitely not take credit off because I think I pushed it.
I turned it in.
Okay.
I turned it in. Yeah.
Okay. I'll make sure you get full credit for that. So anyway, have that out and we're going to do a little work together and see how we're coming along with this. So you don't need to get out. It's in your textbook, but I'm just going to screen share it with you. So if you will just look at my screen and have your vocab out so you can get yourself some participation points here, that would be great. All right, so we're going to look at vocabulario en contexto. All right, we're going to start out with para sacar una buena nota, and I'm going to take a volunteer to tell me what that means in a minute. And we're going to look through this, and then we're going to talk about las reglas one more time down here, okay? And then we'll see if we have time to do a little listening activity, or I might just give you time to work on your assignment for today. So before I start, I would love a quick hand, preferably of someone who has not gotten a point yet today, to tell me what is sacar una buena nota. It's right off your vocab list. So I said keep your vocab list out. What are we talking about here, Harlan?
To get a good grade.
Yeah, so we're going to start talking about getting good grades and some things that you should do. So as you are listening, I want you to listen for cognates and use your vocab list, because in a minute, I'm going to ask you what they suggest you do to sacar una buena nota, to get a good grade. It sounds like a good note. It's kind of a false cognate, but we know it means to get a good grade. All right, so please follow along, and here we go.
Para sacar una buena nota, esto es lo que hago. Escucho al profesor cuando explica la lección y pido ayuda cuando no entiendo algo. Aprendo de memoria las palabras. Luego, discuto la lección con mis amigos. El laboratorio. Sacar una buena nota. El informe. El proyecto de arte. Los materiales. La grapadora. La cinta adhesiva. Las tijeras. Repetir. Las palabras.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there for a minute. So, ¿qué necesitamos hacer para sacar una buena nota? Okay, so you're looking through this. ¿Qué necesitamos hacer para sacar una buena nota? Hannah, start us off.
He said you need to listen to the lesson and like be part of the discussion.
Good. Okay, so escucho al profesor, listen to the lesson, listen to the teacher as he explains or she explains the lesson. Good. Keep going from there. Somebody know what pido ayuda cuando no entiendo, or aprendo de memoria, or discuto con mis amigos. These are mostly things straight off your vocab list. So use it and get your hand up so I know you're with me. Bella.
Does it say ask for help when you don't understand?
Absolutely, right? Pido ayuda, ask for help if you don't understand something. That's clearly an important thing to do if you want to do well. All right, who's got the next one or two? Either this one, aprendo de memoria, or discuto con mis amigos. Remember, if your camera's off, just raise your little blue hand, I'll see it. Let's see, Callie.
Discuss the lesson with your friends.
Yeah, if you were in class, I constantly would have you working with a partner because you help each other, right? So I know you're not in class, but if there's somebody you know that you can work with, that's always a good thing. You can help each other. All right, what's the last little bit? I think it's a cognate, right? Aprendo de memoria las palabras. This is an important one for Spanish class. Reginald?
Memorize the words.
Yeah. Okay. So you see the word memoria. That makes you think of memory / memorize. And yeah, in Spanish, we got some memorizing to do. All right. Then they kind of went through the pictures here. El laboratorio, you got. El proyecto. We've talked about los materiales. We just talked about sacar una buena nota. Somebody want to tell me what's el informe? I'm going to ask you about el informe and repetir las palabras. Ume, what's el informe?
Report.
Yeah, kind of informs you, right? So it's a report. Good. And then what's she doing here? Repetir las palabras. It kind of goes with the one up here where it said aprendo de memoria las palabras. What's she doing? Hamza.
Repeating the words or the information.
Yeah, right. So she's repeating them, repeating the words, probably maybe practicing like vocab. Okay, good. All right, perfecto. So let's move down here. We're going to look at las reglas. And remember on Friday, we talked about IK. Those are things you should do. See, it says C. Yes, do them. Okay, technically that IK means one must. And then down here, we'll do no, right? Se prohíbe. It's prohibited to do these things. So see if you can figure out what rules they're talking about here. Okay, and then again, I'll call on you afterwards. So be prepared, especially if you haven't gone yet. I'll try my best to get to you.
En la pared hay un cartel con las reglas de la clase. Sí. Hay que entregar la tarea a tiempo. Hay que estar en el asiento y prestar atención cuando la clase empieza. Hay que respetar a todas las personas de la clase. Contestar. Hacer una pregunta. El asiento. No. Se prohíbe ir al armario durante las clases. Se prohíbe almorzar en la sala de clases. El armario. Alguien. Almorzar. El carnet de identidad. Ningún, ninguno. Sobre.
All right, so let's go back up here to some reglas. Somebody want to translate one of these rules? What are his 3 classroom rules? Just give me one. What is one? Nope, you guys have already gone. Rest your arms if you've already gone. I'll make the rounds. Who's got one? I think even the people with their little blue hands have already gone. How about Miranda? Give me one of his rules.
You have to turn in your homework on time.
Yeah, so that's this first one. I think that was in a listening we did last week. Hay que entregar. You got to turn in your homework on time. Pay attention. Look, after this, remember I said after the IK, you do not conjugate your verb. Hay que entregar. Hay que estar. Hay que respetar. All right, so we don't ever conjugate that verb. You might have lost a point for that on your exit ticket if you didn't pay attention to that. All right, there's 3 more things here. Estar en el asiento, prestar atención, y respetar a todas las personas. What can you tell me? Carter, what's one?
Is the third one, you have to respect people in the class.
Yeah, right, you gotta respect people. Just did your homeroom talking about bullying, right? Respect everybody. That's always my number 1 rule in class. Just respect people, be nice. All right, good. What's another one? Use your vocab to help. Thanks for my couple of hands that are up. You guys rest for a minute. Prestar atención or estar en el asiento. You got to use your vocab. Don't just sit there. Don't just sit there. I'm coming. All right, let's see. How about Tommy? Okay. How about, who else could use a point? How about Layla? Layla Collins? Layla C? Can you help us out with one of those?
It doesn't matter which one.
No, whichever one you want.
You have to be respectful.
Okay, good. You have to be respectful. Good. How about prestar atención? What's that one sound like, Layla? Only because we already did that other one. Can you tell what's atención sound like? It's kind of a cognate.
Pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention. Right? Good. Pay attention. And last one, you know, asiento. That was one of the ones we practiced the other day. So where do you have to be? Avery, where do you have to be?
In your seat.
Yeah, in your seat. Thanks. Whew. All right. So then we came down here and we had to answer and ask questions. And then let's talk about these last two. All right. What is prohibited in this class? Okay, take a look at it. Use your vocab to help you. Ir al armario durante la clase or almorzar en la sala de clases. Okay, here's some hints. Armario is right here and almorzar is right there. So put the pieces together and tell me, how about daily?
Did you call on me? No.
Yeah. You tell
What-
what these bottom two. Give me one of these. What's prohibited in this class?
Oh no. Let me see. You give me a second, please.
Yeah, which one are you working on? So then I'll call on somebody for the other one. You working on the first one or the second one?
The second one.
Okay. So who's got my first one for me? JJ, I know you saw your hand up. Were you up for the first one?
Yeah.
All right. What?
Is it like it's prohibited to? I don't know. Is it like what lockers or something?
Uh-huh. Yeah. So it's prohibited to go to your locker during
The class.
class, right? So like it's basically like bring your stuff to class type of thing, right? You can't go to your locker during class. Good. All right, Daily, did you figure out the almorzar?
Uh-huh.
All right, what is it?
It's prohibited to have lunch.
Yeah, in your,
Hold on.
you got it. Don't even overthink it. What's class A? In your,
In your class?
yeah, like in your classroom is what it is. Yeah, so you can't eat in your classroom, like no eating. All right. Okay, good. Muy bien. All right, so you should be kind of getting familiar with some of these guys and starting to feel pretty good about them. Hopefully that is the case. All right, let me tell you what I want to give you some time to work on here. I think we're pretty good on time. Yep, you're going to have 20 minutes to get this done. All right, and maybe catch up on anything you didn't turn in last week. So I'm going to share my screen with you. You can just look at it with me, or you can go to your assignments for today. And let me show you what I would like you to work on. It's one last follow-up activity on las reglas. And, oh, I don't have it open. No, I have that open. Okay. So if you go to your current lesson for the day, you will see numero tres. Okay. So remember last week we did rules for the classroom. Then your exit ticket was supposed to be like funny rules, silly rules. Well, we got one last one. This is cuatro reglas para una clase virtual. All right. Figured since we're virtual, you can compare and contrast. Some rules might be the same, right? Some rules might be different. So you decide, and obviously your virtual classroom can be however you want it to be. All right. So there's no, you can base it on a real class or just what yours would be like. All right. So I want two positives that start with IK. Okay. Two things that you do in your virtual classroom. I want two negatives. So they start with say prohíbe, two things that are prohibited in your virtual classroom. Let me remind you again that the word that comes after this, if you put a verb in there, is not conjugated. Okay. Check your work from Friday. If you mess that up, don't mess it up again. And then this time I'm going to make it, you got to have a picture with each one. All right. So you can just use a little clip art, or you can draw a little picture if you want to draw it and take a picture of it. That's fine too. And I made it worth, if you turn it in right here, I think it's 12 points. Okay. So this is kind of our last follow-up activity. Show me you can write rules, and they can be positive or negative. And this time we're thinking of a virtual classroom. All right. You do have to upload it because of the pictures. So either you can do it on paper and take a picture of it and then upload it, or you can just do it on a Google slide or something like that in the first place. Okay. That is homework. I do want that for tomorrow. But it's kind of classwork because like I said, you've got 20 minutes technically right now till class is done. So I imagine you should be able to get that done. If you didn't turn in your vocab or something from last week, make sure I get that as well. And if you have a question, why don't you stick around? If you know what you're doing, then I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Go get this taken care of. Hasta luego. Carter, I think I saw you had a question. Just stick around.